Okay.
America, William Donahue. William, thank you so much for joining us today. No question, we've been reporting on it all evening. Charlie Kirk was just a force in politics, especially with the youth movement in America, the college Republicans, just the youth in general. It does leave an open space.
I actually watched myself
So
join into
who
your
is
party
it to take up the mantle now, and how does the movement
through your live stream.
I'm trying something different. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube.
Live stream at the same time.
When college Republicans collapsed a few years ago and there was a space in our realm to grow, I set aside some time to think about how we were going to grow this movement, and it was very obvious to me that Charlie Kirk had paved the way for all of us. And so I modeled the college Republicans.
And do the rig hacks again.
Everything that Charlie succeeded on, we
turn it up a lot more.
As a result, one of the first things we did when we started College Republicans of America is we went to Tyler Boyer and Charlie. We said we want to partner with you, and so we've been partnered with Turning Point Action since day one. There is nobody that can fill the void that will be left, and do our best to continue to grow the youth minds of tomorrow and remember his legacy and honor it.
William, it's obviously a loss for college Republicans. It's a loss for the conservative movement. But when you lose a voice as powerful as Charlie's and as simple as Charlie's, it's a loss for the country as well. And I think people need to understand that. The silencing any voice that speaks with civility and intellect is a loss for the country. And I wonder if you could speak to that a little bit about what he meant as a political figure, not as a conservative figure, but just as a figure in politics for all of us to look up to.
A few decades ago, our congressman would look across the aisle and say, my well-meaning colleague on the other side. We've lost that in politics. And as a result, the fabric of our country is slowly being torn apart. The left and right have become bimodal on the political axis. And Charlie did something really unique. He went to the college campuses, engaged with the young minds, trying to bring the diversity of thought, the diversity of he asked hard questions to the students, and in turn created a movement that created one of the greatest comebacks for President Trump in presidential election history. We have not won the youth male vote since President Ronald Reagan. It has been 50 years since we've won Gen Z males. Charlie has a lasting impact on the entire country, not just because he was the leader of a youth movement. He engaged
The time lag between you moving in Fortnite
and
the game, it's very long. Very slow.
And doing my own respect within the party structure. We need to be able to come together in this moment as a country and find ways to not breed more violence. Keep his legacy alive, and how do you keep the movement that he started forward? These are the questions that we're going to be talking to our team about in the coming days. So soon after his passing, to mourn, we need to take some time to pray, to reflect, to give love to his family. And in the coming days, we're going to figure out a plan. We're going to come together as a united force. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. The Republican Party is very large. We need to come together as a movement. And we need to show the left that their tactic of fear isn't going to strike into our hearts. We need to be able to fight back in a reasonable way. We are Republicans. President Trump needs to find ways to use the government